Pasha Paro, YNet7. Thank you for tuning. So today, hold on 1 second. Let me just share this real quick. All right, so look, right? Welcome. I know it's been a minute for the YNet7 side. I've been doing a lot of learning, studying, work, perfecting the craft, building on the music side. But I'm back. We back. I'm back. You're here. I'm here. I know why you don't have a lot of people in your corner. I do. I'm going to share it with you. It's moments like this what we're going to go over today. Okay? You probably already heard, whether it's moving through, going through, smiled at, supported, frowned upon in the House. There's a bill where they're wanting or positioning, the attitude is to abolish the IRS. Right? Before we even go any further, pause the video and just put your comments about how you feel about that below the video. Abolish the IRS. Are you for it or against it? All right? Let me know. Let us know. Let's see what the people say. I'm going to tell you what I observe in this situation. For entertainment purposes, I'm not an attorney. I'm not an IRS entity, affiliate, agent, official, none of that. This is solely for your entertainment. Laugh with me, laugh at me, but laugh together, okay? So, here we go. If you're on my Facebook page, Pasha Paro, okay? You probably saw me post this, a video I saw the other day, okay? And if you're not on the Facebook page, Pasha Paro, you need to go ahead and get on there ASAP, all right? What they say, tap in. So, the title of their video was, quote unquote, Republicans trying to save us some money, y'all, right? This is the problem with emotional attachments, beliefs without knowledge of, and this is probably why your body count in the friend category is kind of low if you're a thinker, all right? Let's take a look at this. First of all, what are they talking about? I'm not going to dive into the whole bill and go through everything. I want to focus on a couple key points here because that was the first video I saw about it. And since then, I've seen other people put out sharing information about how this bill is out there and they're feeling like it's a great thing, right? So I said I need to look into that because I got this feeling that it's not going to be good. All right, so let's take a look, right? What is it? What are they talking about actually in general, okay? So here we go. Yahoo Finance, the source, as you can see there. I got this part here. Basically, the bill, what I want to key in on is, does it all add up, right? Does it make sense? All right. So the bill, known as the Fair Tax Act, is claimed that it would scrap all individual and corporate taxes, all right, while imposing a 30% national sales tax on goods and services to be collected at the state level. So, thereby eliminating the need for the IRS. Now, the interesting thing is it federal tax or is it all tax? Okay? Because the ambiguity is they could say it would scrap all individual and corporate income taxes, right? but they could say all individual and corporate income taxes on the federal level, meaning the state still got to get their money. So if your state charging you 7% plus its sales tax, let's just leave that on the table for this example. Because if it's not on the table now, you got to understand that it has the potential to still be on the table by the time it becomes a thing, or if they decide to change their mind and make some more, extract some more currency from you guys in the future. All right, for entertainment purposes. So let's take a look at this. 30% national sales tax. Now, people were really saying this is a good thing. You got some people saying it'll never happen, and you got some people saying it's a good thing. I'm going to give you my side of it, okay? Here's what I want to look at. I'm not even going to pretend to be the expert. I'm going to go to this. There's many sites like this. I did a Google search, and this was the first one I clicked on that had the graph I'm looking for to show the detail. There's many more like it. Use your pick. Do the exercise and the experiment yourself. All right. So what I wanted to see was, what would the tax rate for federal taxes be if we're going to limit this discussion to the federal portion on $100,000? If you make $100,000 exactly a year, okay? So what that boiled down to was $17,060. Because first of all, again, I'm not a agent or affiliate. This is entertainment purposes. But if we read this and look at the numbers and be entertained, you don't pay, like if your tax rate is 25%, you don't pay 25% of 100,000. You pay, well, some of you might add it up and send them, and they're gonna take it. But here's what I'm getting at. There's different levels. So you pay this percentage for this level of income, that percentage for that level of income, etc., which you can see down here on the graph below. So $100,000 income would equate to a tax total federal $17,060. All right. So with that being said, you see here for the first portion of it, you're going to pay 10%. For the next portion of it, you're going to pay a percentage. And for the next portion, you're going to pay a percentage. And then they come up with $1,760. All right. So depending on where you're looking at, people are averaging it out to 15, 17, and some people say 25%, but that's really just a tax bracket, because as you can see here, your tax bracket is the rate you pay on the last dollar you earn. So when they say you're in a 25% tax bracket, obviously you had to go through 22, 12, 15, 10, whatever the other brackets are prior to it, depending on what year it is and how much they done changed and deviated from the original. All right. So with that being said, what we do know is simple math. 30% of 100,000, right? Because what that's saying is if you make 100,000, your tax gonna be for the year 17 change. We'll just use that as an example. Again, I'm not claiming to be an expert on taxes. I'm just using this calculator tool here. We can all agree that it's a calculator tool. All right, so it's going to give us an example to run with for this example in numbers. So it's saying $17,060. That's because you're being taxed as income based on the way it's set up now, blah, 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 right? However, if you got $100,000, and let's say you spent $100,000, because they're going to charge you sales tax on everything you spend. That's a great way to capture anything you made. For those people making money under the table, for those people who are getting any money that they're not aware of, that they're not taxing, your plan is to spend it at some point, or you're just saving, stacking it in a vault, $30 million in the back room somewhere, all ones. You know what I'm saying? Hey, to each his own. But when you do go to spend it, if you're paying 30% on it, let's look at it like that. So let's just say you made $100,000, and at some point in your lifetime, the $100,000 is going to leave your possession and go somewhere else, and we call that spending, okay? even if you're sharing it with someone. I don't know, but it's still an exchange. Anyway, 30% of $100,000 is $30,000. Your tax bill would have been $17,060. All right. So I'm not here crying fake news or saying these other people are delivering false information. I just think they have emotional attachments to beliefs without knowledge of, like you always hear me say. And this is a great example of the problem with that, right? So you're going to say, well, Posh, I don't make $100,000 a year. A lot of people don't, okay? So with that being said, let's look at this bracket again. And let's say, I already put the numbers in down here. So let's say you're going to say, hey, I'm a single individual. I make 30 grand a year. It's probably going to help people like me out, right? No. Because here, your tax bill based on this calculator, for entertainment purposes only, would have been $3,395. And for those that have a calculator handy, you can pause the video on your phone or pull it off your desk or go onto your computer and use your calculator. 30% of $30,000 is 9 G's. So your tax bill would have been roughly $3,400, the traditional sense. If they put it all on a sales tax, if you were to spend that same $30,000, or once you spend that same $30,000, you would have paid 9 grand in taxes. In comparison to the federal tax rate currently, you would only pay $3,400 roughly. Okay, Pasha, you know, some people are in support of just throwing money at the United States corporation government. So they're going to want to pay the extra $6,000. You know, there's wars being fought. You know, we want to give them our currency. Okay. Now, here's the other side of the coin you need to consider. If there was a realistic day that came where they abolished the IRS completely, well, guess what goes along with that if they replace it with a national sales tax? All of those little itemizations and deductions you guys take every year, gone. Pasha, what are you talking about? Well, I'm no expert, so I got a website for you that tells you here are the top 10 per this TurboTax website, top 10 popular tax deductions. Okay? So, standard deduction. All right? Your standard deduction is gone. Right away. All right? Gone. Okay? Because some of y'all have these ways to lower your bill, right? So your standard deduction allows most taxpayers to shelter at least some portion of their income from federal income tax. Well, not no more if they go to national sales tax. That's gone. Your IRA contribution deductions that you used to get, gone. That's a taxable expense now. All right? Health savings account, HSA as some of y'all call it. All the little money you put there and you think you're doing whatever you're doing with it and you do whatever you do with it. You get your teeth done. Ding. All that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Buy a little gas at the end of the year or something. I don't know what y'all doing with it. Whatever you do with it, all right? Gone. It's now taxable. Your state and local tax deductions, well, we just covered that. They're gone. Matter of fact, if you pay your local sales tax, your local and sales tax, wouldn't that be considered? Would that be considered a charge that you're getting taxed for? So now, would you be paying taxes on paying your taxes? Okay. Anyway, that's a question. Medical expense deductions. So all of those little medical expenses you've been writing off, you're getting taxed on that. Your home office deduction, it's out the window. Your student loan interest deduction, nah, interest and tax now. Mortgage interest deduction, forget that claim. Charitable contributions, Goodwill grade get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody going to take the stuff to the Goodwill because they just wanted to write it off on their taxes more than they wanted to help somebody. That's why they took all that. Anyway, educator's expense, gone. So, in short, the emotional attachment to beliefs and the fact that you have so much trust in people in suits that you call we call perceived authority figures. You trust them. You smile when they tell you something. Okay? I'm here in front of you with my antenna, soaking up the energy, broadcasting. My beard nappy, ain't picked it, combed it in 2 days. Wash it though. It's washed, it's clean. So you're gonna be like, we don't trust Pasha's words. But you'll hop on the internet and say, and this is no attack to this individual at all. We see this with everybody. Republicans trying to save us money, y'all. When in reality, your tax bill, if this goes through, is going to at least double. Pasha Paro, check out the music. I'm going to go grab some of this pasta I just made and this slice of pizza, but I don't even know why I cook anymore, make it. I'm really just eating this stuff so I could dump a bunch of garlic on it to get in my blood, some garlic. I don't know what I'm doing, but you enjoy your day. Pasha Paro, Y-7. Thank you for tuning.